close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was being and rugged. Hushing, I'm applying no pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't son to believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out there and there, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing on nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time of $1, so cut her eyes. They get X'd out, but they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all out, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Hello once again to all of you fine folks out there in internet land. I am Travis Big League Berardi with another fun-filled episode of the Roundup, highlighting our best in baseball and softball from around our area, brought to you by our fine folks at Plymale Insurance Group. Once again, thank you, Plymale, for sponsoring this show and allowing us to bring you all the best we have to you, the fans, for free. On today's episode, the boss man, Brian Skowronski, is back with the best defensive highlights from the past week of our coverage in Diamond Cuts. We'll have our best shout-outs from our MVP interviews and Talk of the Town. I'll be back with our first chart topper of this season, last week's winner of the greatest hits and this week's nominees. But first, let us show you our highlighted conference of the week out of the baseball and softball diamonds. And this week it is the Firelands Conference. And as always, ladies first, let's take you to the scoreboard from the last few days of our week. Monroeville knocking off Plymouth 2 nights ago, 14-1. St. Paul rolling Western Reserve 12-3. Loudonville, the Lady Birds in non-conference action, handling South Central 19-3. And then on Saturday, a lot going on. Norwalk defeating Western Reserve in a doubleheader, 14-4. They also defeated them in Game 2. Crestview and Galleon went at it. They actually split the doubleheader. Crestview 11-1, Galleon 4-2. St. Paul lost a close one at Danbury, 6-5 to the Lakers. Then on Friday in action, Crestview blanking New London 8-0. Monroeville 10-run ruling Western Reserve 13-3. South Central taking care of St. Paul 12-3. and Mapleton defeating Plymouth 14-6. Now let's take a look at the standings here out of the Firelands Conference and those Lady Mounties. 7-0, 12-1 so far. A great start for them in Division 4. They have a 2-game lead over Crestview and South Central, both at 5-2 in conference. Crestview at 10-5, South Central at 9-4. New London 3.5 back at 500 in the conference, 4-4. They're 7-4 overall. Western Reserve with 1 win on the season that is in conference. They are 6 games back. St. Paul also with 1 win, but they have 1 more loss than the Lady Riders, so they are a game and a half, they're a half game behind Western Reserve, 6.5 out of first. And Plymouth yet to get a win in conference. They're 1-12, 0-7, 7 games back. Now let's take a look at the scoreboard from the baseball side of things, where 2 nights ago St. Paul blanks Plymouth 7-0. Mapleton in non-conference play defeating Open Door 12-8. Woodmore 10-run ruling Monroeville in a high-scoring affair on Saturday, 17-7. That Gallion-Crestview doubleheader also came to the boys' side, where Gallion beat Crestview both times 5-4, 4-1. Wellington hosting New London in a doubleheader on Saturday. Wellington winning 13-3 and 9-5. Norwalk with a doubleheader sweep of Western Reserve, 9-5 in the first game, and then a high-scoring affair, 19-13 in the second game. St. Paul also throwing up the big numbers on Saturday, 25 runs and a 25-6 victory over Danbury, and Northwestern out of the WCAL taking down Plymouth by 10, 12-2. Now to the Firelands Conference standings, where South Central and St. Paul both atop the standings, and once again, yes, St. Paul's played more games, South Central has 1 less loss, but the way they do it in baseball, they're tied atop the conference standings, but by the end of the year, South Central wins out. They control their own destiny for a conference championship. St. Paul would need South Central to lose 1 more time for them to officially get back to the top of the rankings. Mapleton, a game and a half back at 5-3 in conference, 6-5 overall. Plymouth, 2 games back at 4-3 and 5-6. Crestview, 4-4 in conference. They're 2.5 games back. Western Reserve, 4 games back at 2-5, and New London yet to get a win on the season. They are 7.5 games out of first place. So there you have it, our highlighted conference for this week out of the Firelands Conference for boys and girls. Now it's time for the best defensive plays out of our coverage over the last week, and most of these are going to come out of the Mid-Ohio Softball Classic, the Spring Classic there. We had a great amount of coverage there, 5 games. We're going to have some highlights of that. We'll have some best plays from our other coverage too. But let's send it over to the boss man, Brian Skowronski, with your Diamond Cuts.
All right, thank you, Big League. And hey, man, what a weekend we just had of softball, live and free right here on the OH Report over in Ontario at the Mid-Ohio Classic. So big ups to John Davis, the entire crew over there, for putting together an exceptional event. And also thank you to Mother Nature allowing us to actually get in some games this year. You're going to see a ton of plays from that coming up on my list. We also had some really cool baseball plays go down, some big-time rivalry events, and it's all rolled up into one big package we call Diamond Cuts, the best defensive plays from the last week, captured by our cameras, and it's coming at you right now. These are your Diamond Cuts, presented exclusively by Plymale Insurance Group. And let's begin at the Mid-Ohio Classic with one of 3 plays on my countdown from Hilliard Bradley, who gets a heads-up toss at third from shortstop Cora Moyne here, and we gotta see it again. Textbook operation gets the force out at third to end the inning for the Jags. We're coming right back at you for play number 7, but Kat Myers, she's ready for it. Crazy reaction time seals the final out of the inning for Anthony Wayne, who would go on to win their pool at the Mid-Ohio Classic, thanks in part to Myers being quick like a cat. Quite literally. To baseball now, bottom 1 between Norwayne and Hillsdale, and check out the diving snag and throw to first by that dude, Lucas Dude. Not bad for the Bobcats first out of the game. This second look shows the veteran third baseman eat up the grounder like me with a tub of peanut butter, then delivers a missile right on the money in a win over the Falcons. Backyard rivalry checking in at number 5. Ontario thinking they have an extra base hit, but Lexington's Markel Martin would say, "Hey kid," to rob this bomb to dead center, looking like Hall of Famer Willie Mays with the unbelievable over-the-shoulder grab. More from the Mid-Ohio, where Abra Wade Del Secado calls inning over with the fast twitch reflexes from Johnstown Monroe. And she must jam out to some Beyonce to get gassed up, because she was working it to the left, like she was irreplaceable to score a big out. We keep it in the same matchup at number 3, but 2 was always better than 1, and that's exactly how many outs Avery's Willing is cashing in to end the frame for Hilliard Darby, serving up this perfect toss to first base after snagging the liner as the Jaguars would knock off the Johnnies. Now we head to Northmore, where there's a new sheriff patrolling the castle, and he's ready to shut down the inning with an around-the-horn double play. Freddie's third baseman, Kane Sheriff, starting things off here. Check this out. Great play at third, ending the night's scoring threat with a big-time DP. But our diamond cut of the week sees the Jaguars back on the prowl, and they too are hungry for seconds. Heads-up toss over to second from Mickey Moody for the unconventional double play. Lots to like here as we run it back. Snow Cone Snag sets it off, then Moody turns the low throw into defensive gold for my number 1 play of the week. So there you have it, y'all, my diamond cuts of the week. Do you agree with how I ranked everything? A lot of softball flavor out there, but rightfully so. Those ladies, those were some great teams on the diamond over in Ontario this weekend. So did I earn a beverage on the roof? Was it worthy? I don't know. You tell me in the comment section below. We're going to take just a brief time out, but when we come back, Big League Berardi, he's got your talk of the town. See you then.
Welcome back inside the Roundup with yours truly, brought to you by Plymale Insurance Group. It is now time for our MVPs from our past week's coverage to shout it out in a segment we like to call Talk of the Town. Go for it.
Shout out my family, shout out Coach Travis, my dad, my mother, my grandparents, and my infield, my outfield.
Shout out my boys over there. I don't know if you can see him, but it's the pitching crew. They definitely won us this game. And Ashton, he's my mentor. He does really good, a.k.a. Eric Cartman. And shout out my mom and my girlfriend.
Here, I'll show you. There's the boys right there.
Those are the guys.
Those are the guys right there.
Those are some real bad dudes.
All right. Of course, I got to shout out my pitchers, Kat Myers and Molly Connor, and Piper Phillips and Allie Myers, even though they didn't pitch that game. They pitched all weekend. As well as my coaches, especially Coach B. She's been working us really hard on bunts this year, and the bunts are what won this game.
Hi, family. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to my coaches and my teammates.
I just want to give a shout out to my coaches and my players for always having my back, and all my trainers that have helped me.
I'd like to give a shout out to my mom and my dad for all the dedication and time they put into helping me with softball.
I want to shout out my starting pitcher, Carson, and all the pitchers. They pitched great. They let our defense do their thing, and they came out on top.
Yeah, definitely my teammates and coaches and my dad.
There you have it. Tonight's MVP, Aaron Merriman. A 3-run homer that helped pace Upper Sandusky to a win over Hillsdale. Back here inside the Roundup with that time you've all been waiting for. It's time for Big League's Weekly Top 40 minus 35. You know, it's the top 5 greatest hits. But before we get to those, it is time to announce our chart topper, the winner of last week's greatest hits voting. Roll it. And our winner is Grace Gronberg of Danville with this mammoth home run in North Bloomfield Township to help Danville stay atop the KMAX standings. They also went 2-1 in the Mid-Ohio Spring Classic thanks to Grace Gronberg. So our winner this week, Grace Gronberg, congratulations to the Lady Devils and to her. Now it's time to unveil our top 5 greatest hits nominees for the week right here in Big League's Greatest Hits. Hit me with the horn, Tony. Our opening tune comes from Upper Sandusky's Aaron Merriman singing to the Hillsdale Falcons, "The first cut is the deepest," as this 3-run shot blew open the game in their Mid-Ohio Spring Classic opening victory for her and the Lady Rams, 8-2. Our second nominee comes from the defending D2 baseball runners-up as Carter Walters was singing "Take Me Home, Country Roads," as he provides this walk-off knock to beat rival Lexington in the backyard rivalry. Nominee number 3 comes from the WCAL as Norway's Lucas Doot doing a little boot scoot and boogie. That's a third base line dance into left field for the 2 RBI double as the Bobcats stay atop the conference standings. Our fourth nominee comes from North Bloomfield Township, where Cole Cuffman is like DJ Khaled singing "Another One." Another shot down the line, this time the right field for an RBI double as the number 3 team in D4 continues to roll. Our final nominee is a newcomer on the charts. Welcome Big Walnut to the countdown, and Nolan Burley is out there doing the power clap, 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 clap. That monster shot to center helped the Golden Eagles remain undefeated on the season as they hope to have big success in Division I this year. There are your 5 nominees for this week's chart topper. Our representatives are not standing by, but you can vote your favorite hit in the comments section below with the number of the nominee you like. And as always, 1 vote per person. I am watching, folks. We'll give you the winner next week in next week's episode. And there you have it, folks. Episode 2 of the Roundup with me, Big League Berardi, is in the books, but I'm not going anywhere, folks, because we have a lot more high school baseball and softball coverage coming your way before I meet you once again next Wednesday night. We also have exclusive coverage Friday night of the All-Ohio boys and girls basketball games from Olentangy, so please tune in for that. We'll show the best basketball players in Ohio one final time to finish up our basketball coverage. And 1 week from now, I will be back with episode 3 of the Roundup. We'll have our chart topper from this week's nominees and much more. I want to thank the fine folks one more time at Plymale Insurance Group for being our sponsor this year, and I want to thank you all for watching. But for now, I'm Big League saying so long.
I'm Ron Burgundy.